So, hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Secrets of the Viz. Today, I have a special guest with me, Elaine, who is here to talk about her Chinese horoscope Viz of the day. So, over to you, Elaine, to give a short introduction about yourself.
Hi, my name is Elaine Yuan. I am a Tableau and Alteryx consultant with the Information Lab. I am also a Tableau social ambassador this year, which sounds crazy to me, and I'm excited to be here. Prior to data, I was teaching English abroad in Taiwan and Japan, but when I came back after COVID, I wanted to pivot outside of education. And I found the data analytics bootcamp. That was when I was first introduced to Tableau. Since then, I feel like I've developed myself greatly through my experiences here at the Information Lab.
So, that was 5 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, COVID was 2020, right?
Yeah, I came back 2021 and I did the bootcamp 2022 and I joined the Information Lab, which sounds crazy to me.
I feel that COVID has kind
More.
of distorted all our views of time because it's like we have this lost time in history that everyone went through.
And we'll have our COVID cards and other documentation as artifacts of this weird time in our lives.
Yeah. I remember traveling was such a hassle because everyone had to have the documentations for your vaccinations. But I'm so glad that it's over. So it feels like we are living in a new era now.
Yeah, we can actually live now.
We can actually live now. That's true. Cool. So let's jump a little bit into your Viz, which is the Chinese horoscope. This is really on point with January being the Chinese New Year. What significance does Chinese New Year hold for you?
My family don't really celebrate American holidays. I mean, there's Thanksgiving or Christmas, we might do a hot pot situation or eat some sort of bird on Thanksgiving. Chinese New Year was our big holiday, like Thanksgiving and Christmas combined. And so I always looked forward to it every year.
That's really nice. I think for most Asians, because it's where family gatherings come together, we have a lot of food, red packets that we give out for prosperity and fortune and health and all that kind of things. So I gotta ask, what horoscope are you?
I'm a rooster.
You're a rooster. Okay, that's cool. I'm a rat.
Oh, okay. Smart. Very smart. It all makes sense now.
So what are the characteristics of rooster? I never really had in my social circle.
I think some of the qualities are hardworking and independent. I can open my Viz and see. So we hover over rooster in particular, independent, practical, hardworking, and observant.
Interesting. do you agree with this?
I mean, these are all positive traits, so sure. I enjoy the Zodiac and horoscope and talking about it, but I don't subscribe to it. I feel like it's a fun conversation topic, but it's not my Bible. I don't believe this 100%.
What do you think are the differences between the Chinese horoscopes and the zodiac signs?
It's all made up.
I mean, some fella in ancient history decided to study the stars and study the movement of the moon, which gave us the Chinese and the Western zodiac, the astrology part of it. So I think we will never know if any of it is true because it happened so long in the past. But it's also, I would say, sometimes it feels like self-actualization in most of this. You see yourself in this description and you start to believe more of it. And I always believe in the law of attraction.
Yes.
So what you believe in, what you chase for, eventually would come running down your lap. So I don't know. It's just very interesting how all this entire structure came into place. So let's talk about this again. How did this came about and what were the design processes that you had when you were thinking about putting this together?
I made this Viz last year, right before Chinese New Year. And I think a common story for this time of year is about the race, the Chinese zodiac animals. Of course, there's all this prophecy about luck and compatibility. So I wanted to create a viz that would encapsulate all that to celebrate the coming new year. And I'm glad that recently it became Viz of the Day.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. I was very surprised, but always very thankful for the community. Thinking on the design process, I did not have a wireframe. I was building simply for the sake of building. So I feel like I didn't have end vision in mind. I thought like, oh, I'm doing compatibility. Maybe a chord diagram would be neat to show that relationship. Oh, like I'll probably do some sort of timeline for the different animals. So either that's going to be like a circle timeline or a Gantt timeline, some sort of visualization to show the different years and the different animals associated with those years. And I kind of built based on those two simple ideas.
That's very cool. So I've looked at the timeline viz, and it's really interesting because I've never seen the Gantt chart being used in this manner. It's usually used like a sequence of items, but not in a timeline format.
I know that it looks very much like a barcode.
So what guides your design principles when you're creating a new viz?
I think about, is it easy to understand? Is it accessible? I feel like there's some really beautiful, stunning vizzes out there, and not all of them are easy to read. So I want it to be accessible. Number two, I want a good use of color and space. Those are my main items I consider when I'm building a viz. Understandability, accessibility, use of space and color.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect combination for any good vizzes, because we want to reduce the amount of cognitive load that your users go through so that they can really understand your vizzes really quickly. So how did you get the data for this?
I scraped the data from Wikipedia using Excel. In Excel, you can go into data and you can get it from the web.
Oh, I didn't know that was a function.
You didn't know that? Okay. You can input the URL and then specify which table you're interested in. Wikipedia, for example. Let's say we want this calendar. So I'm gonna copy and paste this link, let it load, insert the link, hit OK. We'll wait for that connection to be established. This navigator will appear and then we'll have various table options. And you can scroll through and figure out which one is actually, oh, this one is the one I used for this Chinese Zodiac compatibility. But oh, here's a calendar. We can either load or transform the data, but for the case of this exercise, let's just load it. And then here is that.
Wow, that is so easy. Man, okay. I learned something new today.
Good.
So sometimes you don't need a very complex solution for a very simple answer. So this is perfect for your everyday quick web scraping for from Wikipedia or any website that has some tabular format. I think this will probably work very well with it. This also proves that Excel is still the granddaddy of most things. Data transformation and cleaning. Yeah, you can't escape Excel, no matter how far you stray away from it.
We want to export to Excel all the time.
All the time. Cool. So this has been really interesting, and I've learned quite a bit on the processors. Is there anything that you are working on next that you want to tease the audience a little bit?
Let's see. I do have data from last year about my happiness and different factors
I saw that
might influence it. I still have to go back and review all of that and create a viz for the entire year, because I did a quarterly review at the end of Q1 and a half year review, but I haven't done the full year. And so I'll need to circle back and review last year. I think that's one pending project. And of course, I'm still going to continue to do community challenges. I also feel like my portfolio is lacking business dashboard. So I'll probably publish a few of those out there for potential employers. As I mentioned to you earlier, my contract with the Information Lab. So I'll be open to work and seeing what's out there on the job market next month.
I do hope that you find something that is really interesting to you.
Mhm.
Data visualization is a very fast growing an industry because at the end of the day, we want to make data accessible and understandable to the organization so that you can make decisions. And data visualization is a skill set that best capitalizes on that because you can have billions of data sitting in your warehouse, but if nobody knows how to make sense of it, to present it to the management, it's as good as rubbish.
Yes, I very much agree with that concept. And I hope that I do find a role where I can turn all those numbers into valuable insights for the company.
Sounds good. Thank you again, Elaine, for jumping on this call to chat with us on your amazing Zodiac Viz. I'm really excited to see your happiness Viz because I remember seeing that last year. All right. I hope everyone learned something new from this, and we'll see everyone in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.